Hi everyone, and welcome to Bat Thrift Crazy. I'm Joanne. Well, yesterday was the day for yard sales and one thrift store that I haven't been to in quite some time. I started off the day with a yard sale that the proceeds were benefiting a school for the blind here in the Raleigh area. And then I met up with my friend Heidi and her husband Steve, and we went to several yard sales out in the Cary area and one thrift store called Dorcas that I haven't been to in quite some time, and I did find some good things there. I'm going to start off with the yard sale that I went to by myself because it was closer to my home before I headed out to Cary to meet up with Heidi and Steve. Now, the first item I'm going to show you kind of felt like was a bait and switch on the side of the folks that were hosting this yard sale. I found it online at Craigslist, and I went primarily to look at this one item, the first thing that I'm going to show you, because they had it listed in their pictures for $5. First I thought, okay, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to get there at 8 o'clock when the yard sale starts, and hopefully I'm going to be able to snag this piece. They had it listed for $5. I thought, okay, this is going to happen. Well, I got up on time. I guess things were just in slow-mo for me yesterday, and I didn't get to the sale until maybe 5 or 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, and it did start at 8. But I was the first person there. Everything was outside. I asked about the item. They brought me to it. The woman brought me to it, and it had a $20 price tag on it. And I said, oh, she asked me what the problem was. I said, oh, I saw this online and the pictures that you had posted on Craigslist. I said, but it had a $5 price tag on it, and now it's $20. And she said, oh yes, well, we did some research on the piece, and we found that it was worth more than what we had it tagged at. And I said, oh, well, that's a bit over my budget. And so, she walked off. I said, okay, but I'm going to look around at some more things. So I found something else. And then this gentleman came up to me and he said, you were asking about the item. And I said, yes. And he said, well, what is it? And I said, oh, well, I was just telling the woman that I'd seen it last night on your post, and it was marked at $5, but it's $20 now at the sale. And then he proceeded again to tell me the story. They had done some research on it and such. And then the woman had come over and she said, well, she said, make an offer on it anywhere between $5 and $20. And I said, well, okay. I said, how about 15? She said, okay, we'll take 15. So I ended up paying $15, which was 10 more than I had expected to pay. And they got a good deal, I think, which was 5 less than what they were hoping to get for it. So what was it after all of that story? Hold on, because it is a bit on the heavy side. So I ended up paying, oh my gosh, $15 for this vintage Royal typewriter. Now, I haven't tried it out. Good heavens. This thing must weigh a good 20 or 30 pounds. They did say, well, it doesn't look like, none of the keys stick, so that's good. They did say that it works. I do see a significant gouge in the roller. They did say that it worked, but I would be selling this more as a decorative piece than I would be an actual usable piece. The keys, it's in very, aesthetically pleasing pieces. It looks very nice. I don't know if it ever had a carrying case to it. It doesn't feel as though it was supposed to have a carrying case. This looks like one that was an office one that was set up in a business office, and that's where it was meant to stay. So I don't know. What do you think about them, switching the price? $5 online and in their pictures advertising their sale, and then the day of the sale they jacked up the price $15. I don't know how I feel about that. However, the proceeds were going for a good cause, So that's why I didn't put up any kind of, I put up no fuss at all just to explain the situation. So I'm still happy. I still do think that $15 was a good price to pay for it. $5, of course, would have been better. However, so that was one of the pieces that I got there. And then, oh, this was one of the other pieces. Let me take, and this, I'll tell you, this is a very, for a colander, this is a very heavy colander. But look at how pretty it is with all of those flowers around the outside of it. This is copper. The handles are copper. So I'll clean that up just a little bit. But I thought that was so, so pretty. This, I wouldn't even use this as a planter because I think it's just too pretty to be used as a planter. I would use this as a decor piece in my kitchen. Now I'm going to try and sell this. Now these little like surface marks here, I'm going to try and get off with Barkeeper's Friend just to freshen it up a little bit. But I would most definitely use this with some faux fruit or faux flowers in it in a kitchen, like I said, as a decor piece, because I think this is really, really pretty. And then I tell you, I really lucked out. They had this huge garbage bag full of, I know you're going to remember these. Well, some of you will remember these. These vintage Christmas ornaments. And these are so old, they originally had each one of them stored in a plastic bag so that they didn't get caught between each other. The plastic bags were so old, they literally disintegrated. They were just all over the place. I managed to salvage 59 of them, and some, I'm not going to go through all of them because that's a whole video of its own. Some of them, I have to tell you, are just breathtaking. They are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Most of them, I would say 95% of them are big like this. Some of them are smaller ones, like this one here. Let me show you this one, as it just happens to be on the top. This has to be one of my favorites. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine at Christmas time an entire tree decorated in these? That would be stunning. I mean, absolutely stunning. So this was, I just think, like the find of the year. An entire bag of these ornaments. I was very, very lucky. So you know what? Paying $15 for that typewriter, now that I'm thinking about it, I lucked out. I really, really lucked out. Oops. It's all right. And I have put each and every one of these ornaments into their own Ziploc bags so that they don't get caught on each other. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let me know if you want me to do a separate video and show you each one of those 59 ornaments. They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Those are the only pieces that I picked up at that particular yard sale. Excuse me. Now, I did email them today. They had 2 bookcases there that I had passed on. And I emailed them today, and I told them I realized that their yard sale was over. But if they still had the bookcases and they were willing after the fact to sell them to me, to let me know, because I would like to run up and pick those bookcases up from them. Excuse me. Lemon ginger tea today. Yummy, yum. So that was the first of the yard sales. This is the second one. I think there's the only 3 things I picked up at this one. Picked up 3 hardcover books. These were $1 a piece. United States Military Almanac. I thought with Memorial Day coming up and then 4th of July literally being around the corner, these might be some really good books. And they would be really good books anyway, regardless of the holidays coming up. an album for Americans, a treasury of American patriotism. And then American Heritage, the history of the United States. So those are 3 great books right there. This was one yard sale. It was a community yard sale, and the yard sales were kind of spread out. This one, the gentleman had like really packed up. He was bringing things into his home, and apparently he had done really well. He had one little table of stuff that he was just bringing back into his house. It was in a cul-de-sac, and Heidi kind of yelled out of her truck from him, you know, hey, are you all done? And he said, no, come on over. So we did. And I bought a few things from him. One of them is this adorable little poodle dog. She is so sweet. And let's see, she has a tag. Oh gosh, the tag is moth-eaten or some kind of little thing eaten. I can't make out what this tag says at all. She has a little wire in her tail, and she reminds me of a pink poodle that I had when I was little. When I was young, when my dad was in Vietnam, my mom and my sister, we used to go to these roadside diners, and we would have dinner. That was our treat. And at the checkout, when you go to pay your bill, they had a glass cabinet, and inside the glass cabinet would be these small stuffed animals like this. And for some reason, the 2 animals that I can remember having, although I had more of these, was a little pink poodle and an octopus. And this little one just reminds me of the pink poodle that I had. And I've got to remember to ask my sister what happened to those stuffed animals that I had. Like I said, I know I had more than just those 2, but for some reason, well, the pink poodle, because this little one reminded me of it, and the octopus. So I picked this little guy up. And then all of this, so I paid $3 for her, and then he charged me only $3 for all of this. He said they're for Moscow mules. So they're this hammered copper mugs with hammered copper with a brass handle, and then it has this copper straw. There are 4 of them. Can you believe he only charged me $3 for all of this? And then the copper jigger. And they reminded me of, see those copper mugs back there? And I wish, I have a mind like a sieve, but one of my wonderful subscribers bought those from a live sale and had them shipped to me. So I have them, you can barely see them right now because I have some milk glass jugs in front of them. But I have those put out. And then I had looked at these, and he said, oh, you know, just take those. So I took, he was very nice. So I took these 2, and I think I'm just going to be putting some transfers on those 2 pieces. So I got the poodle and all of those for $6 total. And then another community sale that we stopped at, I picked up this pin, which I think is just gorgeous. This was made in Taiwan. Look at that pin. I am in love with this. I wish I still wore pins. I think this is stunning. I picked that up. And then I picked up this, and Heidi said she thought this was for a votive candle. So it's got this cracked glass tea light candle holder in it. And then this is, whoops, brass. And then look at all the seashells that it has holding that brass container. Super cute. And then wait until you see, I've never seen a change purse like this before. This was It is genuine leather, made in Italy. And let me see here. Oh, that snaps closed. Okay, then you pop the snap open. That runs up those two rails, and that's how it opens. Isn't that cool? Oh my goodness. Never have I seen something like that. I think that is pretty amazing. Have you ever seen a change purse like that? So, so cool. Love this, love this. So that was from another community yard sale. And what these folks were doing was they were raising money to buy plants for their community. So I thought that was kind of cool of them. Let me see, was there anything else from yard sales? You know what? I think that's it from yard sales. The rest of everything else that I'm going to show you was from Dorcas. And I spent at Dorcas with tax $31.91 at Dorcas. And again, I hadn't been to Dorcas in a very, very long time. And looks can be deceiving, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute here. This is the first thing I spotted there, and I love her. I think she is phenomenal. So it's a planter, but look at her head. Isn't it great? Look at all the flowers that are adorning her head all the way around. Oh my goodness, I think she's fabulous. There's no maker's mark on her, $3. And she's not glazed, but then she is glazed. Whoops. A little mermaid almost went swimming off there. I think she's fabulous. Now, I was going to put a faux plant in her, but the plant I wanted to put in her isn't going to fit. I didn't realize that the hole in her head isn't that big, because I thought this would look fabulous inside of her. See, if you stand back a little bit, wouldn't that hair look great in her? Not going to fit. So I'm going to have to find something else to put inside of her to stage her for sale. I think she's phenomenal. Love this vase. This is the mermaid that I said was trying to swim away. She's all beads. Look at her hair. I think she's great. She is having a bad hair day for sure, but it doesn't matter. She is happy as can be. I think she's fabulous. A little shelf sitter. Love her. Fun, fun, fun. And this little travel clock. And I know nobody uses, oh, you know what? That's why it won't stay closed. This teeny tiny little piece right there is broken off because it would go right inside here. That's the problem. I think it said it was tested somewhere. Yes, it was tested. Does work. Yep, does work. And I picked these up. I have yet to sell one, but I think they're cool, and that's why I picked them up. This is from Seth Thomas, plastic face on it. Give it time, they'll sell. You have to be patient. I can't be the only one that likes them. This I picked up, I'm pretty sure it's broken and not just missing paint, but I just felt the need to rescue it because I thought it was just oh, come on now. Adorable, the tape they use on these. You know, I appreciate the tape, but they use packing tape and it can be so damaging sometimes. I didn't notice that chip. There's a little chip on the wing right there, and then right there and there. I think there were some antennae that came off because it's a little, I'm assuming it's a little bee. and there was a sticker at one point in time on the bottom. If anybody knows what this was for, maybe honey? That's a teeny little thing of honey though, right? But it's so adorable. And what I think I'm going to do is just try and touch that up with a little bit of paint and mark it as is. But I don't know. I just had to rescue it. I think it is adorable, and I'm hoping that someone else will as well. Too cute to leave behind. And I did find one piece of Tupperware. As you may have noticed, I have not been picking up a lot of Tupperware lately, but I picked this up for $2 because it did have, there they are, the egg trays inside. It's for the deviled eggs. Now there were some red marks on it, which I probably am not going to be able to get out. I will do my best. But even if I can't get the red marks out, it's easy enough to find these trays on the top and the bottom, but not so easy to find the egg trays in them. So I was pretty happy to find that. I'll put that over there because that does have to be washed out. And got this whole, oops, sorry about that, whole bag of napkin rings. They are wooden, and napkin rings do sell. They don't fly off the shelves, but they do sell. These are cool because they are all, well, they stand up and they're all different kind of hand-carved animals. I think that one is a lion. That one would be a rhino. My favorite, elephant. Love elephants. Love elephants. Oh, we have 2 elephants, do we? Yep, seems like we have 2 elephants. I think they're beautiful. There's no markings on them. But I think this set is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm glad I picked those up. I really, really like those. Let me see, put these over here. Okay, now for the part where things are not always as they seem. I spotted these at a distance. There are 2 of them. Spotted them at a distance. I looked them over, right? Okay, so you look at these, and what do you see? Okay, I saw some great vintage suitcases. Didn't have their keys, but that's all right. Popped them open. They're not in pristine condition. That's okay too. Oh, hope I didn't break a nail. Looked on the inside. Okay. They're in really good condition on the inside too, right? Okay, look at the little nail heads back there. These are great. Okay, these are going to sell so fast. They're only asking, they're only asking $8 a piece for them, right? Somebody's going to love these vintage suitcases. Paid for them. I'm standing outside waiting for Heidi and her husband to pay for their stuff. Even somebody, as they're walking out, oh, those are great suitcases, great find. Oh, thank you, I know, I love them. I put them in my truck. I glance over at them. What do I see on the back? They are not great vintage suitcases. They're decor pieces. They're not even meant as to be real suitcases. They are just decor pieces. So had I really looked them over, looked at the back and everything, I would have realized that. Anyway, I do still think they are great decor pieces, but they are not what I thought they were. So much for that. Am I upset that I got them? No. I'm just upset that they aren't what I was certain that they were, which were vintage suitcases. I still think that they will sell. I am not going to be able to price them at what I had hoped to price them for originally. I think I will stage them with one underneath and then one on top and, you know, tilted just a little bit. I'm not sure what I'll put inside of them. Oh, maybe books. I think books might be pretty cool staged inside of them, especially for this coming weekend. I can definitely put these more seasonal and sort of patriotic books inside of them. That might be a good thing to put in them. But yeah, I know. I learned my lesson on that one, right? But, that is it. This was kind of a shorter video. I'm being more well, I think I'm being more selective in the things that I'm picking up. But let me know if you had a favorite from today's haul. When Heidi and I were talking, I was saying that my favorite was those vintage suitcases. What would be my favorite from today's haul? Oh gosh, you know, I was going to say the typewriter, but I really think my favorite is that the whole thing of those, the Christmas ornaments, because they, first of all, they bring back memories of doing those with my sister when I was a kid. And I really, really love them. And I'm trying to think in my head, come Christmas time, and I'm going to put those in my booth, if I'm going to leave them in the bags like they are to help protect them, or if I am going to put them onto a Christmas tree. I'm not sure, but you know, I've got plenty of time for that. But I'd love to know if you had a favorite from, or if maybe favorites from today's haul. Go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the haul, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and share the video with those others that you know enjoy thrift haul videos. So that's it for today. I will see you in my next video. And until then, everybody, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye for now.